All right, we are 1 week into our 24 days of Advent, and in our city calendar, day 7 is going to give us fish and a cat. Our day 7 model from city isn't really a model, it's just 3 parts. We got ourselves a little bowl, we got ourselves a little kitty, and we got ourselves a very big fish. I guess that's a bluefin tuna. And in Disney we get Moana's boat. Alright, so we have an outrigger canoe, traditional Hawaiian vessel, the main hull, and the outrigger hull. We each get a cheese slope on each end. And then we're going to have a couple of red flowers just to fill in some space here. And one of them will be covered by a jumper plate, which will hold the mast. Again, we have a, I gotta say, Lego's designers need to take a lesson in how boats work. Because if you have your mast behind the center of the boat, you're gonna just be blown backwards or off to the side and not actually where you want to go. So, anyway, we got an extra flower and we got an extra cheese slope. Day 7 from Friends. We get a desk with a, looks like probably a naughty and nice list, a little lamp. Start by putting the legs on the table. And then we're going to have a lamp over here in the corner. We're going to have this piece of paper in the middle. And we're going to have a clip over here, which will hold a pen. And then I've got our seat is simply a pair of circles, tile, and a plate. Let's put the lampshade on. That's a cupcake upside down. Very nice little technique. And for extra parts, we have the lamp base and the pen. In our last model for day 7 from our Spider-Man, we get another street corner, this time with a traffic light and a fire hydrant. So we've got a fire hydrant and a traffic light. So the fire hydrant is... This is a new technique I've not seen before for a fire hydrant. We've got this piece, which is it's a bit like the bowl, actually, similar in shape to the cat bowl, but it is the other way around. Well, I guess it's not quite the same, but rather than a stud, this has a stud on top, and the bowl has a anti-stud, and of course the center of the bowl is just a bowl, whereas this has an anti-stud in the middle. But they are similar diameter. No, I take it back. I think the bowl is slightly larger diameter. I'm not sure that there's any similarity whatsoever. Never mind that idea. Anyway, let's go back to our build. So we're going to put a gray gizmo on there, and that sure does scream fire hydrant, doesn't it? And then we have our pole, which has a clip, and then we have a yellow, very New York style. Here in California, we don't usually see the yellow, although I have been seeing sort of a yellow border around the edges of the traffic signals in some cases. And, oh, we have a little error. Interesting. So looking at the instructions, it very clearly shows that the fire hydrant is right next to the pole. that the pole clips onto the top of the traffic light, and the traffic light would therefore be directly above the fire hydrant. But look, they touch. I didn't finish building the pole. Obviously, I need to put on these additional plates. But that doesn't... What have I... Oh, look. Oh, I see the problem. There's actually a black cylinder there, which started to roll away from me. That's why I didn't catch it. And that goes underneath the pole. And now we're tall enough. There we go. Boy, that was a close one. I almost thought Lego screwed something up. But of course, when you think Lego screws something up, it usually means you screwed something up. So we have one of each color left over, and we have the gray from the fire hydrant cap. And there we go, one traffic light. All right, here's all 4 models staged together for your enjoyment. Let's build something out of the parts we've got so far. I'm going to try to do something that includes at least one of each model. So I guess that means that the cat or the fish or the bull is going to be the most challenging aspect to include. The other ones all have plenty of great parts. Today's original creation is a video gamer's chair. So this uses at least one piece from each of today's models. Namely, we've got the bowl from the cat model, which is there on the base. You can see here. And then on the next entry was Moana's. On Moana's, we have the 2x3 plate, and we have the cheese slopes. So that's the backrest of the chair is made of those. And then on the next model was this desk. And here, the 2x2 round plate that is the base of this chair serves as the base of this chair. And as well, we also have the 2x3 plate here. So you could argue this plate came from either the Moana set or this set. I don't think it really matters. And then lastly, we have this Spider-Man street corner. And in this one, I've got the gray 1x1 plate that's from the fire hydrant. That is attached to the bottom of the cat bowl. And then I also have this piece here, this black piece at the top of the post, which is the base of the hinge of the backrest. So that is the use of parts from today's models. The rest of the parts all came from earlier models. You can see that the backrest is attached only by one stud to the back of the to this hinge bar, so it's a little bit easy to pop off and a little hard to align it properly. So it's definitely fussy, not something that you'd see in a Lego kit, but it's not an illegal build. And additionally, because these teal pieces don't have studs, the base is only attached by 2 instead of 4 studs there. But other than those issues, it's reasonably solid. The other problem, of course, is that this cat bowl as the base is actually a terrible base. It doesn't attach to studs or anything. I would never have used it if it wasn't for that rule that I'm trying to follow of using at least one part from each day's build. So, yeah, I probably would use a different piece there entirely. But because the chair is built upside down, the figure can't lock into it the way they can a regular chair. But I'll put Spider-Man in here so you can see what it looks like with a minifigure sitting in it. And the cheese slopes kind of cradle his head a little bit, and then his butt sits on there. So that's today's model. If you've built something using the parts from your advent calendar, please post a link to it in the comments below or on my blog comments. Come back tomorrow and see what we have for day 8.